Coming up in this episode, we have our results service of the Betfred Super League, Betfred Championship, and the Betfred Challenge Cup, as we bring you the scores, scorers, and league tables for all involved. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing and if you want to continue seeing more. Also, if you can, please remember I'm running a Buy Me a Coffee page. Just click on the QR code and see if you can donate. No obligation, but anything you do will help us out massively. Anyway, what is today's episode? Well, it's quite simple. It's our results service day, as we have results from the Super League all the way down to the Challenge Cup Round 2, where we see the Championship sides in action against each other in the league, in their fourth round of the league, and also the Challenge Cup, with the League 1 teams entering the competition against their local community sides, National Conference sides, North West County sides, even a side from Ireland. Anyway, let's have a look at the Super League results to begin with. We've got to do a bit of catch up, as there was Fridays, Saturdays and Sunday games. Friday's early kickoff was between Huddersfield Giants and Warrington Wolves. Warrington made it 2 wins from 2, beating the Giants in their first game of the season 26 points to 16. Warrington had Matautia, Harrison and Ashton with 2 tries to thank for their 4-pointers, while Ratchford kicked 4 conversions from 4 and a penalty to seal the win. 8-0 lead at half-time went Warrington's way, but Huddersfield got back on the board with Greenwood, Price and Nagama all going over the try line. Price also kicked 2 goals. The second game on Friday saw Wigan destroy Wakefield, I'm afraid to say, 60 points to 0. And this one-sided affair was done by half-time, as Wigan were led by 34 points. Tries from French, 2 of, 4 from Liam Marshall was the headliner of the game. Liam Farrell, Jai Field, Sam Powell, Harry Smith and Kate Cust all went over the try line for a try apiece also, whilst Harry Smith kicked over 8 from 11 goal attempts. Wakefield missed out on a win last week and they destroyed this week. Long hard slug if they don't get something changed soon. And the live game on Friday night saw Leeds undercut by Hull FC, who just kept going and found a way to win. Leeds were on the back foot for most of the game, 10 points to 6, and only led 1 point, 18 points to 16, but Hull did enough to get over the try line to finish the game as victors. Smith, Leeming and Fusatua were the ones that went over the try line for Leeds, while Reece Martin converted all 3 tries. But for Hull, Cameron Scott, Liam Sutcliffe against his former club, Adam Swift and Scott Taylor finished off the try scoring with a try apiece. Jake Clifford had an okay night with a boot, as he missed the first one but then converted the 3 harder kicks straight after. Next we move on to Saturday, as it was a low scoring affair in Perpignan, as Catalans came away with the victory 14 points to 6. Tom Johnson got on the try scoring sheet for Catalans again with Mikel Gudemont, while Arthur Morris kicked 2 goals from his 2 conversions and a penalty to set Catalans away. A 6-6 half-time scoreline saw Lee more or less win the second half, with Joe Wardle and Ben Reynolds both getting the points for Lee Leopards. But it was propeller lag for Lee, as they were delayed 24 hours in France, as their flight was massively delayed. And then the final game of the weekend came on Sunday the 26th of February, as Castleford Tigers entertained St Helens but lost 24 points to 6 to the newly crowned world champions. Castleford Tigers had the 1 try from Broadbent and a goal from Widdop to thank for their 6 points in the second half, but they had numerous chances breaking down the Saints' left to add further points, but bombed at least 4 attempts to score. St. Helens, though, went about their business as their routines set out, their protests set out, with Wellesby, Ritson with a try, and Alex Walmsley scoring a couple at the latter stages in the second half to put a gloss on the finish. Mark Percival kicked 3 from 3 conversions, while Johnny Lomax kicked 1 himself. And with that, here are the round 2 results. Salford 10, Hull KR 24. Huddersfield Giants 16, Warrington Wolves 26, Wigan Warriors 60, Wakefield 0, Leeds Rhinos 18, Hull FC 22, Catalans Dragons 14, Lee Leopards 6, Castleford Tigers 6, St. Helens 24. Now we have everyone up and running with at least 1 game played, so here's the round 2 table so far. Warrington Wolves lead the way with a great points difference after their good wins at Huddersfield and over Leeds Rhinos at home. Hull KR continue to move and travel on with 2 wins from 2, with Catalans Dragons and Hull FC the only other 100% teams that have played 2 games, as Saints is 6th have only played 1 game and won 1. Wigan Warriors bounced back with 60 points to 0, moves them up to 5th, with Salford Red Devils in 7th after their defeat at home. The Giants are now with the rest of the pack, but look to gain a measure of revenge next time out. But Lee Leopards, Castleford Tigers, Leeds Rhinos and Wakefield Trinity have yet to get points on the board. As I said at the beginning of the broadcast, we have Betfred Championship results and scorers for you. This is their round 4, and there have been some good results, some shocking results, and some tough results to take. There was almost a full list of fixtures, with 1 game yet to play, which is live on Viaplay on Monday evening, tonight at 7:45. But for now, let's bring you all the results and scorers for the teams that played on Sunday and Saturday respectively. The first game of the Championship weekend came at Bradford Bulls, as on Saturday they beat Toulouse 28 points to 18. Bradford Bulls came from behind 12 points to 8 against the French team and won convincingly in the end. George Flanagan Senior, Arundel, Tyndall and Wallace all went over for a try apiece, while Dick Patton kicked 4 goals and 2 penalties to set Bradford on their way. Marion, Marcon and Belmas were the try scorers for Toulouse, while Joe Shorrocks kicked 3 from his 3 attempts in goals. The next game saw Batley Bulldogs battle back from 23 points down to win 28 points to 23. It was a strange old game, and with Batley's tries coming from Meadows, Kibula, Buchanan twice and Morton, while being 8 points to 14 down at half time, you would have thought that Cougars would be on for the win, with Batley not putting too many wins together so far. Batley had goals from Meadows, 3 and a penalty from Meadows to thank to finishing off the day, while Keighley Cougars had Story, Graham and Chisholm to thank for their tries. It was Dane Chisholm who was the star of the show on the Cougars side, as he kicked 3 conversions from his 3 attempts, 2 penalties and a drop goal to give the lead, but it was all to naught unfortunately, as the Bulldogs came away with a win. Featherstone Rovers became the only team in the league on Sunday to be 100% record for 2023, as they beat Newcastle Thunder 56 points to 6. It was a one-way traffic for quite a lot of the game, as the Newcastle Thunder only scored 1 try, and that was in the first half through Clegg. Williams converted, but by then the damage had been done, as Hardcastle scored 2, Day, Bussy with 2, Mackenzie Yee, Jones, Joey Leilua with 2 tries, and Lee Briscoe going over for the tries. Riley Dean continues his impressive start to the season, as he converted 8 from his 11 attempts. Our next game sees an interesting day in the capital, as London just were beaten 20 points to 21 against a spirited Sheffield Eagles side. It was 2 tries from Ben Jones Bishop that got the points up and running for the Sheffield Eagles, but before that, Ulberg, Lovell and Davis all got the first half points for London Broncos. There were 2 conversions by Leyland from his 3 attempts to make it 16 points to 10 at half time. It was a drop goal from Anthony Thackeray that scored the to make the victory secure for the Eagles. But further tries for the Eagles were made by, Oakes, and Guaze was enough to put the gloss on the action. Ashton kicked 2 from 4 conversions. Whitehaven got a win on the board after they put Swinton Lions to the sword 20 points to 4. It was a half-time lead of 6 points to 4 in Whitehaven's favour, which saw them put on the gas in the second half. Tries from Taylor and Freeman scoring 2, as well as 3 conversions from Freeman and a penalty, were enough to see Whitehaven across the line. Swinton Lions had Badrocks to thank for their one and only try. And the final scoreline sees York beat Barrow 28 points to 14 at the LNER Stadium. Well, LNER's Community Stadium. But anyway, Barrow had to thank for their points Harrison, D, Kirby, Higano and Brown for all the 4 pointers, while Glover kicked 4 from 5 conversions. The Barrow Raiders, who kept it at 10-10 at half time, had Burrow and 2 tries from Toll to thank for all their points. Samet kicked 1 from 3 in these conversions. So how does that make the league stand at this point? Well, as I said, Featherstone Rovers lead the way with 4 wins from 4, the only 100% team in Championship Rugby League this year. To lose a second were Sheffield Eagles, jointly behind them on 6 points, and Bradford Bulls. And now a quick roundup of the Betfred Challenge Cup Round 2 scores and results. There are a few scorers in there, but that's to my ability. We could do mostly the championships, the League One side ties, as there is not much out there for the scorers. You'd have to sift through every single community club, but it's good to see all these community clubs come out and play. There are some shot results that came out as well. So, where do we begin? Well, the first game, obviously. It's Cornwall versus Rochdale Mayfield. Round 2 started off with a welcome to Cornwall Rugby League Football Club, as they were making their long-awaited debut in the Challenge Cup competition. But it wasn't a happy entrance to the competition, as they were knocked out by National Conference side Rochdale Mayfield 20 points to 14. Mayfield had Wright, English, Long and Sheridan to thank for their tries, as they led 10 points to 4 at half time. 2 conversions from Long set them on the way. Cornwall had Ashton, Brown and Aronson to thank for their tries, while Rustling got their conversion. But it was a long day for the League One side, as Rochdale Mayfield go through. What a way to open up Saturday's coverage of the Betfred Challenge Cup. In the second game, WAF Brow Hornets beat Brentwood Eels 58 points to 4 to progress to the third round. While Stanningley got a victory over Freyston Warriors, their local rivals, 28 points to 12. West Bowling won a close one over Lot Lane, 30 points to 22. While Saddleworth Rangers went down 18 points to 4 to Thatto Heath Crusaders. Ashton Bears faced Dewsbury Rams and the League One side came away 38 points to 8 victors over their National Conference rivals. Dixon, Whiteley, Ferguson, Beckett, Dixon and Jordan went over the try line for the Rams, while Sykes kicked 3 conversions and 2 penalties, while Turner kicked 2 conversions as well. There was a try and a conversion in the first half for Ashton, with Smith and Sexton. Smith with the try, Sexton with the conversion, and a penalty for Ashton was converted by Sexton as well. You were 14 points to 8 in deficit at the half-time hooter. Lee Miners Rangers came through the game against Mighton Warriors, 34 points to 22, and go into round 3, while North Wales Crusaders beat the Royal Navy 70 points to 0. North Wales had done quite well in the first half, 22 points to 0 ahead, but then beat their armed forces counterparts. A big score in the second half. The Royal Air Force nearly came away with a victory over York Acorn, but Acorn go into round 3 with a 12 points to 10 victory away from home. In the London rivalry, it's West Warriors who got one over the London Chargers, as Wests won 18 points to 14 to reach round 3 for the first time. Hunslet beat Pilkington Rex 66 points to 0 as the League One side shown their dominance against the National Conference team, while Siddle gets one just over West Hull, 14 points to 8. With the final game of Saturday seeing Orrell St James beat Dublin City Exiles, who reached the second round for the first time, as their newfound friends Orrell St James beat them 68 points to 14. Orrell St James made a massive donation to Dublin City Exiles prior to the game to help with travel expenses and getting accommodation for the game, which was a fantastic effort and well done to them. Dublin City will have to come back in the next year, hopefully as champions, to enter the Challenge Cup once again and see if they can progress a little bit further, but are proud of what they've done so far. On Sunday, we moved in with Rochdale Hornets beating London Scholars in a League One tie, as it was 42 points to 4 in favour of the Hornets. Cook with 2 tries, Purcell, O'Keefe, Else, Hewitt and Killen got the tries, while Hewitt kicked 7 goals. Westgate Common beat the Busies 22 points to 18 in what was a very competitive game in Merseyside, while Workington came over the top when it came to their victory over Ince Rose Bridge, as the Wigan side could succumb 68 points to 6 to the League One side. Bull Dockers faced the Midland Hurricanes and were defeated at home, unfortunately, 50 points to 4 against another League One side. Heel got the try for the Dockers, but Midland Hurricanes stepped on the gas in the second half, despite winning 16 points to 4 the first half. Bailey, Wallace, Dunn with 2, Welham with 2, Dawson, Hallett and Welham were the try scorers, while Stead kicked 6 conversions and a penalty to put the gloss on Midland's triumph. Doncaster versus Oldham, as you would expect, is a League One tie, and it was a very, very close game in which Doncaster just overcame the Ruffians 28 points to 26. Sanderson was the man of the game as he scored 4 tries for Doncaster, with Ferris getting 1 himself. Robinson kicked 4 goals from 5 attempts, but Oldham put them under massive amount of pressure, with Berry, Pega, McNally and Makin all getting tries, with Ridyard kicking 3 conversions and also 2 penalties to make it as close as we see there. And Haworth RLFC were beaten 68 points to 6 versus Hunslet. And it was York, Syme, Render, Ryder with 2, Newbound, Burton, Jordan, Roberts, McGrath, Watson, Hallis and Barco who were the try scorers for Hunslet, while Sweeting kicked 10 goals. Allen got the try and the conversion for Haworth on a day to remember for all the sides that went. This leaves the matter of the Betfred Challenge Cup Round 3 draw, as we do not have to wait too long to see who plays who, with the draw being made at 6 PM on Monday the 27th of February, and it is via the BBC iPlayer in the UK. This round sees the Championship clubs enter, so Oral St James could be playing Featherstone, or West Warriors could be facing London Broncos in another London tie. It will be an exciting one. Just to give you an idea, Featherstone Rovers are ball number 6, Oral St James are 16, London Broncos are number 12, while West Warriors are 27. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking on that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on today's episode in the comment section below, as it's all open for business. It's for you and me to have a discourse over rugby league. Please remember to be civil and respectful in the comments, but otherwise, anything goes. Ask rugby league, have a bit of a laugh, have a little bit of banter. It's Monday, so we've got to get the up and push ourselves through the malaise of the weekend. Anyway, remember to comment in the section below about today's episode, any story that you may have seen. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I'll end the episode as I always do by wishing you all the very best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.